Borussia Mönchengladbach and Bayern München is one of the great Bundesliga clashes. From the deepest depths of the league's history, through their battle royale of the 1970s, all the way up to the present day, the Foles versus the Bavarians has been a clash not to miss. We've looked through the rich history of this intriguing fixture to find the top 10 moments from Gladbach against Bayern. At number 10, the Borussia Park played host to this fixture for the first time in 2004. It was also a debut game for Gladbach coach Horst Kuppel. The new man, after a picture with a foul, had a match to remember, thanks to a 2-0 win over Bayern. Borussia were in the bottom three before the match, but cult hero Marcelo Pletsch hit the first of the day. And Gladbach's victory was truly nailed on when Jupp Heynckes sealed the deal inside the last 10 minutes. A day Van Hout, Gladbach fans and Horst Kuppel will never forget. The first game of the 2001-02 season, European champions Bayern wanted to start the new campaign comfortably. But for Ottmar Hitzfeld and his team, there would be nothing of the sort in Mönchengladbach. The hosts were back in the top flight for the first time in 2 years, while they also had the odd scare. It would be worse for the Champions League winners. Arie van Lent's goal was the only one of the game, and Bayern could hardly have known what this defeat would cost them. At the end of the season, they finished 2 points behind champions Borussia Dortmund. The first Bundesliga meeting of these two sides took place on the 2nd of October 1965. It was a matchup of legends, Heynckes and Beckenbauer. The coaches, Hennes Weisweiler and this man in the middle, Chick Tchaikovsky, stars of the touchline. On the pitch, one of Borussia's all-time heroes, Günter Netzer, shot Gladbach into the lead. But the man who ultimately eclipsed Netzer as a striking force, Gerd Müller, was of course the man who scored Bayern's winning goal in a 2-1 win. For Müller, the fox in the box, this was a long way out. At number 7, the opening match of the 2013-14 season, Pep Guardiola's first Bundesliga game, and the most bizarre bunch of penalties you're likely to see.
Claims of a handball by Dominguez, and the referee's decided that is a handball. 68 minutes into the game, and this time Ter Stegen gets the better of him. And what's going on here? There's another handball. Another handball from Dominguez. How crazy does this get? That's really curious. And Alaba makes quite sure that Bayern Munich are leading now by 3 goals to 1.
The 17th of April 1993, Gladbach fans sung "Come Out, Judas" at the return of Lothar Matthäus to the Buckelberg Stadium. The ex-Gladbach man didn't make himself any more popular with the baying hordes after tripping himself up in the penalty box. It was probably good that Matthäus didn't score in the fixture, but the match was still a thriller. Christian Seeger did, however, as did Mehmet Scholl. So Bayern 2 up. But just like in the reverse fixture in Munich, it finished 2-2. The Gladbach hero of the day was the flying Swede Martin Dahlin. Well, he was flying on this day, at the very least. Gladbach hero Jupp Heynckes switched from being the coach of the Foles to the Bavarians in the summer of 1987. In September, his new club were in Mönchengladbach to face his first love, Borussia. But sometimes love can hurt. Uwe Rahn was responsible for both of the goals in the 2-0 win for the home side. The second from the penalty spot, as Gladbach's victory made sure Bayern relinquished top spot in the league. They didn't get back there during the rest of the season. Hell hath no fury like Borussia scorned, or something like that, eh, Jupp? Before Bayern's match with Gladbach in 2011, Manuel Neuer picked up the German Footballer of the Year award. It didn't stop him, though, from dropping the odd clanger. In fact, twice in the same season. Oh, It's going to go in. It is in. And it's Arango that scored it. Igor Di Camargo that scored it. And he out-jumped Manuel Neuer, who'd made another foray outside of his area. And it's 1-0 to the visitors. And Munich have really only got themselves to blame.
Stuart is enticing Patrick Herrmann. Manuel Neuer. Mistake, and that's a great try! And it's in! Oh, he's been beaten again by a huge mistake. Manuel Neuer's mistake gave Igor Di Camargo the 1-0 win against Bayern Munich on day one. Marco Reus sees the opportunity after Manuel Neuer's fluff, and it's Gladbach 1, Bayern 0.
The biggest ever embarrassment for Gladbach in this matchup came in 1979. It happened at home just to make things worse. Bayern naturally took the lead 9 minutes in, and on 14 minutes, Gladbach equalised through Klaus Amrath. So far, not a terrible day for the Fohls, but Bayern had been beaten 7-1 earlier in the season at Gladbach's neighbours, Fortuna Düsseldorf. It seemed like they were out for a little Rhineland revenge. The Bavarians ran riot and hit a further 6 goals. The man of the match by a long way was Karl-Heinz Rummenigge, who hit a hat-trick. 7-1, a debacle on the Buckelberg for Borussia. Next up, a strange match between the two sides. In May 1974, bizarrely, Bayern had just the day before won the European Cup in a replay against Atletico Madrid. The day after, they were in Mönchengladbach to face Borussia. Bayern hadn't just been crowned European champions, but also Bundesliga champions, and Borussia were confirmed in second. Needless to say, Bayern's European champions were a little worse for wear. Current Gladbach vice president, then player Rainer Bonhoff, said, "I played against Uli Hoeneß, who was probably still over the limit." The game was certainly not Bayern's best, and they lost the match 5-0. Future Bayern coach Jupp Heynckes scored twice in the victory, which meant at the end of the match he was level with Gerd Müller on 30 goals. They left the pitch that day as the league's top scorers that season.
Dass das meine Heimat ist.
At number 1, the final emotional Bundesliga match for Gladbach and Bayern legend Jupp Heynckes.
And tremendous applause for Jupp Heynckes, who graced Mönchengladbach as a player. What a wonderful striker this man was.
His final game was really something to behold. A game that was fitting for the great man.
Oh, what a goal! 3 minutes gone, and Mönchengladbach take the lead. Chance again. Oh, this is Heynckes. He's number 2. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? Oh, beautifully taken. 2-1. Quality. It's a 3-on-2 situation. Herrmann needs to release. It's 3-1. This just tops everything. Oh, what a goal! Ter Stegen caught napping at the far post. Ribery on a volley. What a goal! What a sensational, phenomenal drive from Ribery. That is the equaliser on 52 minutes. Ribery. That's goal number 4.
His Bayern team won 4-3, and Heynckes' emotion after the fixture was there for all to see.
Ja, das schon ein bewegender Moment für mich ist. Es ist ganz klar, ich habe es vorhin schon gesagt, habe hier meine Spielerlaufbahn begonnen, meine Trainerlaufbahn. Viele Triumphe, Höhepunkte, auch bittere Niederlagen, Kuriositäten wie den Pfostenbruch oder 7-1 Ergebnisse wie gegen Inter Mailand, 3 Tage später 7-0 gegen Schalke 04, den Tabellenzweiten. Und vieles mehr, aber ich möchte mich wirklich sehr herzlich bedanken bei den Borussen-Fans. Ja, das zeigt mir, dass das meine Heimat ist.